Hi, this is Leo, the cat with questions. The more I nose around and dig into 2 Samuel 24, the worse it smells. Let's step back for a bit and consider some general questions. Who or what do we worship? That friend I know so well thought about this quite a bit after having read the Bible a couple of times and studying it over the years. And he decided that his primary takeaway from reading and studying the Bible was, our Father loves me. He can and will communicate with me. And he noticed that all the people in the Bible did not have the Bible. Some, like Abraham, may not have possessed any sacred writings. They still worshiped our Father and had relationship with him. So he concluded, I can be like the people mentioned in the Bible. I can have personal interaction with our Father. And he thought, if the Bible has been corrupted, it does not shake my faith. I worship our Father, the Creator of all, not a book. What is confirmation bias? Confirmation bias is a psychological phenomenon where people process information by looking for or interpreting information that is consistent with their existing beliefs, and they ignore information that contradicts their beliefs. If a person is sure that he or she knows something, he or she will not ask our Father a question about it until that belief is shaken enough for the person to ask a sincere question and be able to hear an answer. That friend I know so well once heard a preacher say that the traditional teachings about hell were not well based in the Bible, but were rather cobbled together from passages that were not actually talking about hell. The preacher was convincing enough that my friend decided to ask our Father whether the traditional doctrine was wrong. He asked, would you really torture a sinner in hell forever? Our Father immediately answered him. What do you think he heard? A group of my friends asked our Father to help them understand 2 Samuel 24. My friends had come to believe that the documents upon which the Bible was based had been modified from the originals, and that there were also significant translation errors. Thus, my friends were able to go through 2 Samuel 24 verse by verse and ask our Father what, if anything, had been changed. The next slide is a summary of what they heard. Samuel 24 is a good example of a bad thing, modification of the biblical text to confuse and to misrepresent our Father. The Lord is used throughout to make it seem like only one entity, our Father, is communicating and acting in this account. Actually, at least three were involved. Also, generally, the Bible also uses God inappropriately to refer to things said and done by other entities. Text was changed to say falsely that the being who motivated David to do a census was angry with Israel. What Joab said was embellished unnecessarily. David never agreed that he had sinned by doing a census, nor did the original text say that he explicitly chose the plague. The plague was sent by the same negative entity that spoke to Gad. Our Father sent an angel to stop the plague. David did not make an animal sacrifice or burnt offering. He did not offer it to the entity that sent the plague. Rather, he made a peace offering to our Father, and there was no animal killed and no blood shed in doing that. Here are some questions. Do you believe that our Father loves you, is able to, and wants to communicate with you personally? Do you worship our Father directly and communicate directly, or do you think that everything you hear has to be consistent with what the Bible says? Have you had the experience of beginning to suspect that a belief you have held for a long time was not correct? Have you ever asked our Father a question to confirm or deny a traditional teaching?